Hey team, welcome back to another episode of Coaching Chronicles. I got a good one for you today. We're going to talk about something that might be really subtle, or something you don't even realize is going on that could be sabotaging your running. So let's dive in. But first, I'm up on one of my favorite places to run in town, and it's just spectacular. Big long climb on Snow King, and then we got a little bit of ridge running up on Josie's Ridge. So it's a spectacular day. We're in full-on fall. The leaves are kind of starting to change, and it's going to be some spectacular running coming in the next few weeks. But first, I know you want to know what's on my feet. Today I chose the Scarpa Spin Ultra 2. I picked this because I'm up on a lot of rocky, small, technical terrain that requires the protection and performance I want out of the Scarpa. And it just takes the edge off all the small, pointy rocks that tend to hurt and kind of can jab you. So I just wanted, again, the Scarpa performs amazingly. It's very mountain protective, very mountain stable, which is really important to me, so I don't have to worry about rolling my ankles. I have a good solid foot strike, and it gives me a little pop and energy return with the midsole. So just a perfect shoe for this type of running and a lot of the mountain running I do when it gets technical. All right, let's dive in. So we often hear that term, fear of failure or fear of the unknown. And I think there's a deeper root cause here that could be sabotaging your running. And a lot of times when you hear fear of failure or fear of the unknown, let's tackle fear of failure first. Is that oftentimes fear of failure reflects something that you don't want to happen. And this doesn't mean, hey, I'm up on a mountain and I have the fear of falling. I'm talking more about the fear of failure of, what if I do sign up for that race? Am I good enough? Will I be able to finish? Am I really good enough athlete and runner to work on my run form, to do track workouts or do training? All this mental chatter that we all do, that goes on in our mind to what I call keep us safe. And with that goes it's kind of human nature to have that, also the fear of the unknown, of what's going to happen. What will happen if I sign up for that race? That often keeps us safe, because if we have that fear of the unknown or what's going to happen, we're going to hesitate and try to answer that question before we even tackle the project. And that's, again, our built-in internal system in our brain to keep us safe. But where I want to go deeper is this oftentimes is predicated on, as we go through life, we've experienced negative things, and we start to interpret those experiences and bake them into our fear of failure and fear of the unknown. And so, since most of us have probably heard those terms, I want to throw out a new term that, again, I think goes deeper and can help you tackle this within your own thoughts. And that's not the fear of unknown, but the fear of the known. Subtle play, but going back to how we start to develop this fear, it's all based on negative experiences that happen to us. So therefore, in our thoughts go into the future, we don't want whatever those negative experiences happened before to happen again. So we're actually fearing the known. And what's key here is just to realize it, and to realize a lot of our negative self-chatter and thoughts are to keep us safe, and it's all based on a past experience that's formulated this foundation of this fear. And the first step to start tackling that is just to be aware of it, just to be aware that, okay, what if all my thoughts, all my negative thoughts are based on something that's happened to me that I don't want to happen again, and it may never happen again. And that's driving our life. That's driving our daily thinking and our daily actions relative to maybe our running. And again, this can be applied to life and running, but we're talking about running. So again, it's like, hey, I went to the track for my first time and pulled a hamstring and couldn't run for 8 weeks. That's fear of it happening again. So now you're not going to go to the track. Signed up for a 100-mile race and you had to DNF. Fear of the known, when I'm not going to sign up for a race again that's 100 miles because it's too long for me. I DNF. I don't want that to happen again. But what about if we can start to realize this and start to understand that our thoughts are just these made up stories based on past experiences that we can alter and shift? And being aware of the thought and start asking yourself questions of why you have these thoughts based on past experience really starts to help diminish and blow these thoughts away. And now you can catch yourself and say, oh, there's those thoughts again, and maybe I can go beyond that. And where I want the motivation to be is that if we can see that most of our thoughts are just based on fear, we can move past that. And now we enjoy that fear because it's going to help push us beyond what we would normally do and tackle maybe something bigger within our running. It's what I call the cool impossible. And so the cool thing, or why I call it the cool impossible, is that going back to fear of the unknown, like I said, it's human nature to want to know what's going to happen. You sign up for that race, you hit submit, you want to know how you're going to do. That's impossible to know until you start training and start doing it, until you actually toe the line and see how you do. But it's all the cool things along the way that take place to help you move beyond your fears, to help you realize you're better than you are, to help you learn more about yourself. That is really the most powerful aspect of moving beyond your fears. Okay? So don't be fearless, be fear more, and understand your fears and see how they're always going to be there, but move beyond them by understanding them. So then you can make decisions that are based on mindfulness and not fear of what might happen. All right, a little deep for you today up on top of the mountain. All right, let me know what you think about that. I do a lot of consulting with athletes on training the brain, and this has always been something that's really big for me, and my interest is, I think it's just endless of what we can learn about training the mind. And all my athletes get their mind trained whether they realize it or not. And so this is just a big part of who I am as a coach, and maybe some more direction that I'll take with the channel. So let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know your fears. Let us know your fears, and let me know how much you're interested in this. So, all right, over and out from Josie's Ridge, Snow King Mountain, Jackson Hole, Born to Run World. See you guys. Down there's home.